Don't count out Casey Drake in that 87. He's right.
One more lap to go here at Indy. He ran him all the way from 3 seconds back. 2 laps to go. Oh, L2 gets spun. Oh, Matthew gets the apron around the Strexler. He spins right from the back. Huge wreck. The 2 flies up in the air. It's 3 wide. Oh, what a move by Derek. He wants to go.
Tries to send him up the hill, but can't quite do it.
Now between the 2 is 2 car lengths. Too little, too late for Derek and Smith. Oh, Clapping gets turned. Clapping gets turned. Oh my gosh. Side by side. 3 wide at the wire.
This live stream is presented to you by MaxspeedTV. All live streaming content that is presented in this telecast is owned by MaxspeedTV, Rudy Cummings, and the entire crew of MSTV. This may not be rebroadcasted, retransmitted, and retelevised without written consent. Please enjoy today's broadcast. ACOG iRacing Series presents to you here live at Phoenix International Raceway. ACOG iRacing Series on MaxspeedTV, getting set to go green here in just a moment. Apologies about the late start. We did get a bit of a technical difficulties, but we are live regardless. Thank you all for tuning in here for tonight. We're not only that, we are also broadcasting on my own personal Twitch channel and live on Keyboy R, so you go ahead and check out that as well and tune it on down. But regardless, thank you all to kick things off here at a newly rescanned fun racetrack at the Phoenix Raceway. Should be fun to see on how things will, turn themselves out here for tonight, because I am excited. Of course, my monitor just didn't even go on the right thing. There it goes. We are on the right place for this Phoenix 150. Might as well go ahead and pull up points to see where everybody stands as of right now. Top 10 are all in the chase. So, currently, top 4 get cut off. Of course, Dylan Basin, Mark Frimpong, Parker White, Malachi Drake, all trying to secure themselves a final 4 spot. Harry Grindle also tied with Malachi. Just a note about that. Sertaj Mon, Frank DeAngelis, Mitch Hobbs, Nick A. Miller, and William Schmidt also in the battle for that championship top 4. Miles Nelson, everybody from 11th on down are not in that championship fight. But everybody who's in that top 10 is, so coming down to closing time. Second to final race until that, final 4 cutoff. That next week is coming up fast. So hopefully these drivers for tonight get themselves set, or else they're going to be in a bad position coming into Homestead for that final week. Standings here on the left-hand side of Dylan Basin, no surprise team fast on the board. Austin Johnson, who won last week, comes in second. Got Parker White, Mitch Hobbs, Cole Williams, Nick Miller rounding out top 6. So I'm pretty sure we're in for a good race. Expect a lot of short track racing ish, lots of beating and banging, especially with this new configuration. Off of turn number 3 with that big restart zone now. So should be interesting to see how restarts will go and fare out to be here for tonight. Gonna go ahead and pull up race analytics here on the right-hand side, left-hand side of the screen, excuse me. Both sides. Track length, 1 mile in length, oval configuration, elevation around 1,000 above sea level. Should see about 5 tire sets, 50 to 55 should be the fuel window, so we should cut it even with at least a 2-stop race. But I'm pretty sure you'll see a couple of cautions in there. So you definitely are not going to see this thing play green all the way, unless some type of freaky stuff happens, in which this is ACOG. don't be surprised if some wacko stuff does happen on the racetrack. Weather? Oh, we're looking nice here at the raceway. 69 degrees. Track temp at 73, so it should cool down. Going north at about, I'd say, 5-ish, 3-ish miles per hour. Currently, partly cloudy skies here out on the track. But yeah, otherwise than that, looks like we're getting set to go ahead and set ourselves into qualifying. So we'll be right back right after these messages for the ACOG iRacing series. Tune in here in just a moment. ACOG iRacing NASCAR Series live on MaxspeedTV presents to you the Phoenix 150, getting set to go green as currently qualifying up and away. Drivers taking their fastest 2 laps around the racetrack to get themselves set for this 150 lap event. Should be fun. Nothing too crazy. I don't think we only have 19 drivers here for tonight, so not a lot of drivers, but that doesn't mean we're not gonna put on a show here for everybody who's tuning into this live stream. So for those of you who are tuning in, thank you all for watching. Do appreciate that. I know we're the only series that's going on MaxspeedTV right now, which is crazy because usually we have like 3 or 4 broadcasts going on at once. Josh was usually broadcasting, Rudy, and a couple of other people as well, but I guess they're not broadcasting tonight and I'm the only person here, so apologies if we do have a bland race. Hopefully things could be entertaining here on the racetrack. We'll pull up the fastest people here on the left hand side. Johnson currently tops charts, Basin in 2nd spot, and you only have 8 qualifiers, so about less than half the people qualifying on the racetrack right now. And we're gonna zoom up on how it is to run out here on the racetrack at Phoenix. So of course, with the new reconfiguration, now the start finish line is off where turns 1 and 2 was. This is now the backstretch. It was the front stretch back then, but this is 3 and 4 as Frimpong's trying to Tokyo drift it. Totally flukes it there, but if we could see like a driver to actually take a lap around. See Miller here in the 19. Looks like he's just slowing himself down, but with this new configuration, it's actually cut off a big portion of where you could cut on the dog leg, so you won't see drivers as low as they were last time, which in results gonna lessen out that funnel deal coming into this corner right here through old 3 and 4, which is now turns 1 and 2. So I still hate this new configuration. I disagree with it. I don't like it, but, you know, they do them. But Miller cuts himself right against that barrier. I mean, he's right up against that safer barrier off of pit road, so that's a sketchy part about this new configuration. It's that new wall that gets set in place. You can't cut as low as you can, like you did previously, so... Miller looks like he's going to be able to log in a lap just by, like, I'd say 2 seconds. So he's going to be close, right at the line, using up all the racetrack, gets himself to the start-finish line, and he'll be third. So, nice qualifying effort by that 19 to scoot himself a nice spot before we get ourselves set going here for tonight's event. So that'll be your qualifying order. We'll just run through it one more time here on the bottom side of your screen. Austin Johnson, last week's winner, in that number 2 is going to be starting row number 1 alongside Dylan Basin in that number 08. Nick Miller in that number 19, he's going to be starting row number 2 alongside Nathan Lyons in that 14. Nice qualifying effort by him. Mitch Hobbs in that 89, looked he went to victory lane a couple weeks ago at Talladega, or Tommy Reynolds right alongside of him. Nicholas Dubern in that 105 is going to be starting 7th. Landon J. Gentry in the number 43, he's going to be starting 8th. Miles Nelson in the 00, he's going to be starting in 9th place. Got Parker White right alongside of him. That number 95 is always fast, day in and day out. Cole Williams in that number 42 is going to be starting 11th. Storm Patterson alongside of the 118 is going to be starting in 12th place. Mark Frimpong in that number 53, he's going to be starting 13th. Got Sir Tajman in that 49 in 14th. Frank DeAngelis in that 044 has 1 win in the season. Came out Auto Club starting 15th. Malachi Drake in the 90. He's one of our top 4. I mean, he's one of the top 4 in the standings, looking for a nice run here tonight. Hunter Up in the 61, he's going to be starting 17th. Harry Grindle in 18th, and all the way in dead last is Matthew Klein in 19th spot. That'll run out the order here for tonight. So, yeah, again, not a lot of drivers compared to what we saw the previous weeks, but that doesn't mean we're gonna not put on a show here tonight. It's got 150 laps, so... Can't wait to see on how this will all go. You know, it's Phoenix, and I don't expect to see, you know, I don't expect to see anything, you know, too explosive here, hopefully. But regardless, yeah, getting set to go green. And everybody now just getting themselves up and getting set here for tonight. I gotta reload Trading Paints real fast. I think I forgot to open it up, actually. Apologies about that. There goes the field off, and of course, with that number 2 of Austin Johnson starting up front. He's trying to go 2 in a row. That number 2 of Austin Johnson is, so Johnson looking for another solid finish to round himself to the top, so we'll have to see on how it goes. But, you know, this big restart zone now, since the start-finish line is all the way in off of turns number 2. It's going to be very, very interesting to see on how these restarts go now. It looks like Austin Johnson, he's going to play nice with the field and probably start it in the turn rather than on the straightaway. Here we go, getting set to go green. Johnson to the 2, Basin to the 08. We're going to take the green flag here at Phoenix. 150 laps, going to go up and away. Here we go. Green, green, green. And we're off as the field spreads out, coming into turn number 1. Look at 4 wide right behind. Austin gets a good jump on Nick Miller. The 08 at Basin falls back into hands of second spot. Miller the 19 is getting tight. Big time. He washes up the corner, and they're all bending all over the place, trying to find some grip off this opening lap. Miller in the 19 is going to get a Basin. Oh my gosh, Basin's around into the inside wall, and Grindle pounds him right into the inside wall. Hunter Up involved. Oh my goodness, huge championship implications. Dylan Basin's destroyed. Oh my gosh, he's looking for Miller. He's pissed. And off the opening lap, a big wreck involving a major championship contender. 2 of them, actually. The 70 of Grindle smoking. And that is not what you want to see off this opening lap. Basin hits the wall again. He's destroyed, but he's looking for Miller, I think. Oh my goodness. The man who started in second spot looking to cap off a solid night has ended his day here on lap number 2. Miller got bad tight in the 1. And I think he tried to keep it off of Basin, but Miller got loose again off of 4. And Basin, he would have been fine, but Grindle in the 70 was just wrong place, wrong time. A couple more looks at this. Miller got loose twice. He got tight there. And right about here, you're seeing Miller start to... He tried to chase the car up the racetrack, and unfortunately, he clipped Basin in the process. And Basin, bang, right there. That's a huge hit by Grindle. He gets into... Looks like that's Gentry there in the 43. Hunter Rupp goes hard in the wall. And this 61, he's obviously done for. Basin in this 08, oh my goodness. He's killed. Gonna try to re-rack it up. But you hate to see that lap 1, especially with, you know, big championships on live. Basin came here as the points leader. Luckily, there's not a lot of people here on the racetrack. Harry came in 5th in points. He's involved in that wreck. He probably got the worst end off of that. That's not what you want to see. Johnson hits the throttle early. We're going to go up and away through the corner. This is going to jam this whole entire outside line up for the moment. Parker cuts in front of one of those cars. I think that was the 1. Not really sure who that is. Reynolds off the wall. They're looking 3 wide as the... Oh my goodness, a bunch of people send it through the corner. And that's a Storm Patterson in the 118. One sort of caught in the middle of all that skirmish. He's still trying to get it rolling here through the center of the corner. But up front though, the 2 of Austin Johnson's looking to pull himself forward. This is going to be huge as Patterson just flung it low to get by Sertage, and the 105 of Nicholas Dubern. Patterson's flying as Sertage gets loose off the corner. The 14 and Nathan Lyons, he's damaged big time, but he's somehow staying in this top 5, now starting to fall back. Oh, the 14 found the outside wall. We're going to go 3 wide around the 14. So Basin's on pit road.
Alright, man.
Oh,
Caution is out.
another caution. Frimpong's in it. Oh my goodness gracious. That's another championship contender right there. Big damage on the back end of that 53. Could go under caution. Also have the 61 of Rupp involved. Second wreck he's been in the night. Have to see what happened through the corner. Looks like, chase the car up the racetrack and try to come down right into the 42 of Cole Williams. And you see the 61 of Rupp just spinning, trying to avoid that wreck. But looks like Frimpong, he got bad. He locked it up into the corner, tried to come down to the 42. The 42 was there, and they made contact, and 42 tried to keep off of him, and he was already too tight to, you know, make something happen. But Frimpong involved in a wreck, unfortunately. Tried to come down on the 42. So a couple of cautions, slowing down the field. Hate to see incidents like those, especially way early in the race. Hate to see that stuff happen. Of course, Grindle and Basin have to, you know, keep themselves out on the racetrack as long as they can to log in as many laps to pull themselves, you know, enough of a cushion so they won't be out of it coming next week. Next week's gonna be a big night. Of course, that elimination race. Gonna cut off the top 4 drivers for Homestead. That's gonna be at Las Vegas. That being a 150-mile event. So again, we'll look at the point standings one more time just to, you know, recap of where all these drivers are at. Basin, he's sitting on pit road. Oh, DeAngelis seems as though he didn't even connect. Nick is here. Schmidt's not. Sertage is here. Grindle's Grindle's in a bad spot now. Got Malachi, he's here. Frimpong just got wrecked. Basin is obviously destroyed. And Parker White is still on the racetrack, so this is looking to be a huge night for Malachi and Parker. For the rest of the field, we're non-chasers though. Can't say much. Coming to green. How about Matthew Klein running inside this top 10? Came off of his first ever top 5 last week at Daytona. And for another one as he's inside this top 10. Coming to the green flag. Johnson leads it. We've already had a couple of cautions dread this first 20 laps and 12 laps. Hopefully we go green as Johnson hits the throttle now. Klein does not get going here in the back as we're spinning in the back. Car about goes around the 61, or up goes around.
All right, man.
Caution's out.
Caution is out.
Well, that was a quick caution. I'm not really sure what happened there, as that's the 3rd wreck Hunter has been involved in. Oh, straight up lost it and overcorrected right up the track, and that was Miles Nelson at that 00 saw. So we go under caution again. So slow down the field. We're up on pit road now. I'll give Miles Nelson one of his laps back. Parker White's gonna decide to hit pit road. Still probably gonna be a two-stop race, but not gonna be on the margin for that 95, so he decides to hit pit road. A couple of other drivers also toward the back gonna hit pit road. I think that was also Malachi Drake, also Matthew Klein on pit road. So they're gonna be taking on a set. See Grendel there sitting still, trying to, you know, just wait out damage. DeAngelis is not here, unfortunately, so yeah, just lots of cautions plaguing these first 20 laps. Already have 3. You see, Basin is already out on the racetrack, so he's 10 laps down, but just gonna fling it on the pit road and, you know, repair as much damage as you can. We're up in the 61, he's on pit road, he just towed it. You see Nelson there, 00. Of course, he just got the wave around, so probably might get 2 to go this time by, so your top 5 as of right now gonna be Austin Johnson in this number 2, Patterson in the 118. Oh, never mind. I think Patterson might have hit pit road. So it's gonna be Hobbs in the 89, gonna be in 2nd spot. Got Dubern in the 105. He's gonna be 3rd. Sertage in the 49. He's gonna be in 5th. 4th, excuse me. And then it's Patterson. Or no, it's not Patterson. I don't know where he disappeared to. Here we go regardless. Green flag gonna come out here on lap number 18. Field stacks up double file yet again. And we'll zoom it up and away here at Phoenix. Hopefully no more cautions this time. We just get a, you know, nice clean run up to that first cycle. Johnson hits the throttle, back foot away. Field goes through the gears as Hobbs went to pinch the 105 of DeBurn. They all head through the corner, already looking 3 wide. Miller being aggressive there on the low side, looking for some real estate. He flings it all the way to the inside wall. Big send by the 105. He nearly put the 49 into the outside wall, but Miller just absolutely going nowhere. He went to nowhere land. As you see the 53 of Frimpong, the man who just wrecked it a couple cautions ago, trying to look around the 19. I'm not really sure what that move was by the 19 of Miller. Not very smart, but he's losing a bunch of time now. For the lead though, Hobbs in the 89 looking around this too. Got the 105 of DeBurn there as well, but Johnson seems as though he's gonna get a run off the corner. That outside line through turns 1 and 2 is really helpful. You're definitely going to see some people drift up there once we progress throughout the race. But Johnson, he overshot the corner right there, and Hobbs to the front. How about that for the 89? He's getting threatened, though. They're looking 3 wide right around this number 2 of Johnson. Dubern to the low side of Johnson. How about Nicholas Dubern in this 105? He hasn't led a lot of laps this season. Only led laps on the super speedway side. But this 105, oh, we got a big tap there from the 2 of Johnson. Johnson, maybe looking to cross over there. Might be looking for a scooting boot, but Johnson was last week's winner at Texas. Came in here as a non-chaser. Finished 2nd at Daytona, running part-time. DeBurn looking for a crossover now. And he got the nose under there. Nice move by that 105 of DeBurn. DeBurn's pulling up a fight. He's going to clear the 2. Johnson, yet again, going to look for a crossover. And back to the inside. All this battling is going to allow Mitch to pull away. But DeBurn came in here mid-season, so not a playoff contender. As he sends it big time through the corner, way up the racetrack, goes at 105. Looking for some sort of run. Back to the backside of this 2. But now he just can't cross him over. Looks like Johnson's going to win the battle for right now. Sertage at the 49. We saw him in Glenton Bundren victory lane. The Bundren series, going to Daytona, ended up in a 49 going to victory lane. See Miller here in the 19. Miller just, fortunately the culprit of that lap 1 incident. Has a lot of right front damage on him as he battles out with Parker White. Parker, of course, coming in here tonight with 3 wins this season. So dominant. Alongside with Dylan Basin, but with Basin's problems, is going to be a huge opportunity for Parker White to take advantage of. These two are still doing battle as Parker way up the corner. Trying to pitch the 19 as much as he can. Reynolds in the 7. He's made a showing a couple of times on the endurance side. This 7, you know, he ran the GTEs. Did so nicely as he's currently doing battle with 53 of Frimpong. Also got the 90 of Malachi Drake in there as well. Up front, though. It's 89 of Hobbs, doing a nice job of holding off right now. Over the 2 of Austin Johnson, who won last week. He's looking good to go 2 in a row. Parker White sort of jammed the back and forth for the time being, as Sertage is under fire by Miller. Reynolds is moving backwards now. He looks like got passed by the 53 of Frimpong. Now is under fire here by the 90 of Malachi Drake. Drake efficiently around for that spot. Still oh! Big contact around to the 49, and Malachi gets involved, as well as Reynolds. That's a second car to spin off of Miller. That's another chase contender. Not to mention, you know, that 49, what you call it? Oh man, he's crabbing. 49 is Sertage. He's destroyed. And he might be looking for Miller. Gonna have to, you know, fling it onto pit road. Yikes. So, Sertage, he's destroyed, but we'll get a replay of it after this round of pit stops. Everybody on in, no surprise. So another caution, averaging a caution every 10-ish laps. And we'll go ahead and see what happened to 49 of Sertage, who has a lot of damage, unfortunately. He's crabbing as well, so... Same situation with Miller. Miller just got under the 49. Oh. I'm not really sure how to say that as oh my goodness, the 90 of Malachi, just nowhere to go there off of 2. Don't know how to call that. I really don't. We'll get an overhead view and see who's at fault here, but Miller looks like he looked like he pushed up there. But you could also make the argument that Sertage didn't out-track the corner. Oh my goodness, these camera angles. Yeah, Miller was already getting tight off the corner. Nice avoidance there by the 59 of Frimpong. Second week in a row the 90's been damaged off of a wreck that wasn't his fault. But Miller was already drifting up the corner, and I don't know if there was a bit of netcode there between Sertage and Miller. Regardless, they made some type of contact, and unfortunately, Sertage is the one to get the bad end off of that. Okay. Gonna take the green on lap 43. Good break there for the, I think the 43. Gentry is now on the lead lap. Pace car's in. Green. Johnson hit the throttle big time. He hit it early. He gets a good jump over the Nebula cars right behind. So Parker White is gonna have to do battle there with the 2. Boston Johnson, but Hobbs loses a spot. All the way back to third now as Miller in the 19 to the backside of this 89. Ooh, the 43. Gentry's gonna keep it straight. So we stay green for the time being, but Gentry's gonna lose a lot of time. Up front, though, the 2 of Johnson's putting up a pretty nice case over the 95 of Parker. As Miller in the 19, he missed last week's activities. Had to rely on a provisional last week to save his playoff run. Now inside this top 5, looking for more. Currently behind this 89, though. Now inside for this top 5. Right behind is the 105 of DeBurn, as well as the 53 of Frimpong. They're both running close. Frimpong, of course, that big rear end damage in the back of his car, not helping a lot. Johnson's doing a nice job. Keeping himself ahead of this 95 of Parker. Parker's starting to fade back a bit. You usually see Parker dominate these races, but ever since, he's faced Johnson, Johnson's beat him both times. Except the time at Daytona, in which Parker came out victorious. So right now, I want to say, for the time being, the 89's keeping up close and personal with this 95, his other teammate. They're keeping close tabs on each other for right now, so. Gentry in this 43, who nearly spun it earlier, off of the 4th corner. He's now 10 seconds behind. As you see the 16, Klein, he goes way high. I got the 14 Alliance. All these cars are fairly damaged, so not really sure where they got their damage from, but they're a bit off pace for right now. Still have a chance to score top 5 though. I mean top 10. Of course, top 10 is worth it. Klein looks like he's out of it actually, so that's another disconnection that Basin and Sertage could maybe take up there. Still got Sertage. I think Basin's out on the racetrack. Got Grindle, pit road. I mean, no, he's out on the racetrack now, so is 70 trying to log as many laps as he can before anything else happens. We'll work around Rupp and Nelson by the looks of it. And this is, I guess, a good time for, you know, not a lot of drivers to show up either for the 70. Since he was involved in that big lap 1 incident, you could go ahead and, you know, you don't have to pass a lot of cars to put yourself in the 13th. Not like it was a full field or anything like that. Johnson's pulled himself a 6/10 of a second lead. I see the 08 Basin gonna get lapped here. Odd feeling to know that Basin's down on power. We usually see him run a top 5 as Hobbs caught the 08 off the corner at a bad time, so he couldn't out-track the corner as much as he could. Miller in the 19 has a lot of right front damage right now, so not sure if that's hurting his exit or what. Here on the short tracks, you know, small tiny bits of damage does affect the car a lot. Is doing a nice job. Now 0.6 away from a Parker. Of course, for Johnson coming in tonight, nothing to lose. Atua Johnson, won last week at Texas, as I said. And he's just looking to go back to victory lane. Hobbs has had a surprising run inside this top 3. Hobbs is fairly good on the short track type of tracks. Saw him do really well at Bristol. This 89. He's done well at Bristol multiple times, so been challenging up there for wins, led laps at Bristol, finished up there in the top 5, so I wouldn't say, you know, there's sort of a relationship with Bristol and Phoenix, of course, both being short tracks. So Mitch, I'd say, short track kind of person. And he's using it to propel himself a top 3 run. Hobbs in this 89, I don't know where he finished last week. Oh, Hobbs didn't even race last week. He got a provisional because he got the Thanksgiving provisional. So Hobbs looking for a nice run as well to regain his chances of being a championship contender. Miller in the 19 is also on that same boat. He took a provisional last week at Texas. Yeah, he currently runs in 4th spot, so Unfortunately, he's run over a couple of people to be there. But Hobbs finished 4th at Martinsville, so he is a, you know, short track kind of person. I think at Bristol he finished 7th at Bristol. So here again with another short track. Has got an update on Basin in the 08, blown motor on him, so he's gonna go another set of laps down as they work around the 70 of Parker White, 70 of Harry Grindle. So not Parker, but Dylan needs to get himself out on the racetrack before Harry laps him. But you know, it takes about 30-ish minutes for the engine to repair itself on the service, so it's gonna be a while till we see Basin out on the racetrack, and I'm not sure you want to waste that much time now, considering how many cars are, you know, out on the racetrack. Third of the way through the race, got Johnson in the lead, Parker White's in second. We should see pit stops every, you know, 50-ish laps, so should see them on pit road in about, give it about 25-ish laps from now. So you should see them on pit road around 75. And after that, it's going to be an interesting run for that second pit stop to the end. The drivers, however, who are out on the racetrack trying to log in, you know, as many laps as they can. Sertaj Mon is laps down. Basin, he's on pit road after his engine expired, and Grindle is also laps down. Sertaj just passed Matthew Klein for 12th spot. So Sertaj is gonna be in 12th at the moment. Nathan Lyons is multiple laps down. He's also sitting on pit road too, so not really sure what happened to the 14. So it's currently Dubern with a sitting final car inside this top 5, so left with 9 cars on the lead lap. And Parker White slowly making up ground on the Tua Johnson. Parker's been on the apron in that dogleg portion. He's cutting off a couple tenths or a tenth or two off that bottom. But Johnson seems as though he likes running that middle lane through turns 1 and 2. Carries more momentum through. Carries it enough to, you know, make up the deficit of what Parker White's making off that dogleg. So as Austin is approaching this with a more momentum-based track, Parker's going the traditional route of just staying as low as you can through the corners. That in turn is gonna play a difference in tire wear, with you know, Austin running more racetrack than that 95. He's gonna that two's eventually gonna lose more time some time. he's definitely going to start to lose time more running that line, but when it comes time to defend, I think the 2 is going to have the advantage because not only track position, but the line that he's running through can't allow the 95 to really pass down to the bottom unless Parker really sends it through the corner and gets under that 2. We're coming up on that halfway point sometime later, so you should see drivers hit pit road. Here soon, so. Hobbs is starting to lose a fair amount of time there in 3rd spot. He's now a 2nd and 7/10 back of the leader. So Hobbs is now, I wouldn't say floating. Yeah, I'd say he's floating for right now. By means of floating, when I say floating, but in that term, means of he's gonna be running his own race. He's not worried about the people around him or anything like that. He's just minding his own business. So that 89 just floating in the air, just, you know, minding his own business, not worrying about the people around him for the time. But once he does catch a few cars, then it's going to pose an issue. Then he's not going to be floating, as Patterson and Sertage both get lapped again. And, ooh, got a bit of contact here with the 118 Sertage, and uh-oh, this is not going to play good for Parker. I'm not really sure what this is about. Parker got jammed up big time. It looks like Sertage is mad at Patterson. And that jammed up Parker big time. I'm not really sure what kind of beef Sertage and Patterson both have sort of held on each other, but both are running multiple laps down and such. And another bit of contact there with those couple of drivers, and now Hobbs is going to encounter this. I was trying to look low at Patterson. That in turn. Oh, now Sertage is in the outside wall. They're going to probably maybe pull it 3 wide around as Miller tags the wall into the corner. Not really sure what that was about, but here we go. Fight for 3rd now as Miller gets into it, but I think that 49 of Sertage might be looking for Miller. I guess not. Not really sure what Patterson and Sertage are doing off of each other, but Patterson does go 1 lap down. And because of that weird bottle up, that's extended the lead for Johnson by a 2nd. And that's allowed these two of Hobbs and Miller to now be close with each other. These two, Patterson and Sertage, are still going at it. Oh my goodness, yeah, they're just probably they're about to wreck each other. Matter of time before we get a caution. This is your caution right here. Dylan Basin does disconnect from the session, by the way. So Basin is officially out. and officially a DNF. Harry Grindle in this 70, he's still out on the racetrack though, and he's going to be able to pick up enough spots to pull himself into 11th. So Grindle is going to look like have a nice enough recovery. And Malachi is not having the best of days either. He's going to be sitting in 8th, so if Harry finishes 11th, Malachi sits 8th. Malachi is going to win that tiebreaker, but tiebreaker coming into next week into Vegas, but by terms of you know, the points battle, it's gonna look a bit sour. You see the two of Johnson's gonna encounter the 70 off the corner. Easy clear there by the 2 as Parker loses another 2/10. He caught Harry at a bad time into the corner, so these two have been battling out for a while. Miller and Hobbs been going at it for a while now. You should see pit stops here shortly, around I'd say 45. So we're now 39-ish laps into the run, 38, excuse me. And I don't expect a lot of cars to be on the lead lap by the end of it. So if we catch caution toward the end of the event, it's going to be very, very interesting to see who's on the lead lap to fight it out for a win, and who's going to be laps down by the end of this thing. And there's a fair enough fight as the 53 of Frimpong snags the barrier. Frimpong now fighting with the 7 of Tommy Reynolds. You see the 53 of Frimpong themselves around. You see the 7. My goodness, Patterson and oh, the 7 got into the 53 there. Frimpong, he ends up saving it, but oh man, Reynolds got into the backside of Frimpong through 3 and 4. Frimpong lost a bunch of time. Oh goodness! Now the whole hood off that 53 is gone. Frank DeAngelis just connected.
Right,
Caution's out.
Caution is out.
So, around goes Sertage, but that was after the fact. And Hobbs went around. Are you kidding me? Don't tell me he got spun by Miller. Oh, no. Well, survey says, yeah. That's the 3rd car to spin off of Miller. Miller shoved it low and bang! That's a hard backside hit. Into the wall goes the 89. That's the 3rd car to spin off of Miller. Miller's been a menace out there. On a pit road he goes, and there goes Hobbs's, you know, potential top 5 run. Now with that whole back end destroyed. This is a good reset for the 95 of Parker. He's going to be able to, you know, reset some things and maybe catch the 2 of Austin Johnson, who's been dominant for these past 80 laps. we'll still at least have one more pit stop left. 71-ish to go, so... Harry has made himself into 11th. So... And you also gotta mention now, DeAngelis is on the racetrack. He has the potential to pass, up to, I'd say... Maybe if he gets lucky, I'd say DeAngelis could work himself into, say, 14th. And Johnson, by the looks of it, he's back on pit road. For some odd reason, so... That'll shuffle Parker White to the front. Not really sure what kind of exchange happened there, but... The two damageless cars... are Parker and Austin. As well as DeAngelis, but he's laps down. But, you know, cars who are going to be in contention for this one. Looks as though it's just going to be... It's just going to be Parker and Austin. So this might be an easy W for Parker. If he just, you know, keeps his thing clean. For Johnson, this too, I'm not really sure why he decided to go on to pit road. Maybe to top off on fuel, maybe just to go all the way, I'm not really sure, but this thing's getting weird. Pace car's in. Parker laying back the restart. He has the 89 of Hobbs, who just got wrecked off that caution. In tow. They're gonna... That whole Nebula team's gonna time the restart out well enough. To pull themselves forward. Green flag, and... Frimpong did not get going. He's gonna get spun! And around goes Frimpong. He goes up the racetrack and tags the outside wall. Caution's out. Frimpong has had an awful day. Looks like tried to come in front of the 118 at Duburn, but Duburn just ended up running over the 53. I think that was because Frimpong was slow to launch off of that restart. And as Duburn tried to peek down low, Frimpong also tried to go down for the same real estate, and they both ended up colliding, so... Frimpong around, unfortunately, but that brings us under caution, and that does also shorten down that fuel window. And Parker's gonna fling it on the pit road. Miller stays out. Oh, now we got all sorts of strategy being played. So Austin's back on in, Parker's back on in. I'm pretty sure this is just to top it off in fuel. Or maybe a two-tire call, just to, you know, imbalance the tires to set, to get the car, to get a better corner speed. So Miller stays out. I'm very surprised about that. Well, actually, I'm not really surprised. He's been a mango this whole entire event. It looks like Parker does go with fuel only. But did Austin beat him out? I don't think he did. No, he didn't, so 70 a Grindle. They're on the low side. Taj's sitting on pit road. Alright, so we'll try it again. Now Miller's up front. Hobbs led the lap at the line, but he's not the leader. So here we go, gonna line it up. Not a lot of drivers on the racetrack, as I said, so Miller stayed himself out. This is going to be a very, very interesting restart to see on how this will all play out. Miller hits the throttle, back up and away we go. Johnson gets a good restart. Mitch does not get it going. Mitch in the 89 just went nowhere. They're looking all sorts of wide into one. Hobbs cuts off the two of Johnson. Bit of contact there as DuBurn squeezes through the middle. Johnson finds the outside wall. Parker to the bottom of Johnson. Side by side off the corner with Reynolds as Reynolds gets a bit loose. Now it's DuBurn looking around Reynolds. Car on the wall right behind. That's Patterson. Looking 3 wide as Parker sends it to the corner. Johnson gets clipped. He somehow saves it though. Has a bit of right side damage. Unfortunately, after the wall contact in 1 and 2. Still looking 3 wide as Johnson's going to cross over DuBurn. He crosses over the 90 of Malachi as well. Still looking 3 wide. They're 3 wide now with Malachi and also DeAngelis, who's playing a menace factor into this, but now they get it sorted out. That was a hectic restart as DeAngelis is, you know, just there. Don't mind him, as he might have ran into the backside of the two of Johnson. He cornered him enough. He got him sideways enough to corner through nicely. That was a very, very hectic restart as DuBurn is going to sail it to the underside of the two. Miller's pulled himself a good enough lead, as looks like Parker is gonna get oh man, he didn't out-track the corner as much as he'd like to, and to the bottom side of the racetrack is gonna go DuBurn. DuBurn's gonna take it 3 into the corner as DeAngelis is again playing menace factor. Johnson clears DuBurn off the corner. What a clear by the 2. As DeAngelis now works to the bottom. Of course, not for position. It's one of those clean cars out in the racetrack. Parker falls back into 6th now. Miller leading this thing. His gap is it's slowly dwindling, and here comes Hobbs, the man who wrecked him. Last caution is now to the backside of the leader. The man who got wrecked last caution is now after Miller. What kind of sportsmanship are we going to see here? Brewing storylines here at Phoenix. I don't want to stir an invisible pot, but if I was Hobbs, I'd keep that memory in my mind of 1 and 2. Hobbs is coming. He is hauling. He's eating up Miller like a bag of cereal. And I don't even like cereal. That's because you're apparently supposed to pour cereal before the milk. We don't talk about that. Anyway, going on to the battle out on the racetrack, Miller got loose off of 2. He's slowly starting to choke it away. Hobbs is keeping good pressure for the time being. And how about Reynolds? He has an amazing run. Tommy Reynolds is running 3rd right now. DuBurn is running in 4th. These are drivers we don't usually see running up inside this top 5. So this is very, very exciting to see the 7 and this 105 running fairly nicely. And the 2 of Austin Johnson, even though he has that right side damage, he too is still staying in touch with this whole entire top 5. Parker has not really recovered off of that pit just yet, and it doesn't help that DeAngelis is holding a gun all over him. Mitch is doing a very, very nice job of he's better in 1 and 2 than Miller is in 3 and 4. Miller, he could downshift enough. I mean, downshift enough. You only downshift so much, but Miller gets in the throttle enough to pull away through the center of the corner. That time he got a bad corner. Miller's going to be under fire here by Mitch. Mitch is going to get a great 1 and 2. And that time Miller he put those left side tires on that yellow line, got a good enough gap to keep ahead this 89. But here we go for 3rd. How about DuBurn making a move on Reynolds? He goes to the underside, it's for the lead. Here comes Hobbs, he's looking high. Oh, can't get the nose in as they're side by side right behind. Hobbs to the low side, he now noses the underside of Miller. Uh-oh, same situation what we saw last time. Hobbs with a huge send. Oh my goodness gracious. Not with a crossover to the 19 of Miller, but Hobbs to the lead. Contact right behind. Then to the wall goes the 7. Caution's going to come on, then Parker T-bones the 7 of Reynolds. Oh my goodness. Parker is smoking. Reynolds is smoking as well. Oh my gosh. Are you kidding me? Reynolds, who was having a fantastic run. No, looks like he's not smoking, but Parker White. That is huge! That is massive! Parker White, who came into the regular season, into the playoffs with 4 wins. He had 4 wins! Is now destroyed. Oh my goodness. This is disastrous for all these people. And this is huge for all these people who have a chance to shine. For Hobbs in this 89, he has a shot of winning this thing now. Before we go to the replay, we're gonna see on how this is all the shenanigans will go on pit road. Money pit stop right here, because this is gonna be the final pit stop of the night, most likely. Hobbs overshoots it. That might have that might have sealed the deal for Miller to take the lead. Miller's off. Miller with a 13.8 second pit stop. Johnson there, and Hobbs, he's looking to take some optionals. So even though Hobbs took the lead, he's gonna take the time to pull on some optional, as well as Johnson as well. So got a bunch of people who are gonna take up as much optional as they can. Tommy looks like is gonna come in for the second wave rather than the first, but Hobbs is can take up as much damage as it can. So get a replay of what happened off of that exchange. And Parker White, that is massive. Replay here. It looks like DuBurn and Reynolds just got into each other. DuBurn. Oh my goodness. So close. And Parker just, oh my gosh, nowhere to go. And there goes the motor. Take a look at it again. Again, Dubern on the bottom. It's Reynolds in the middle. Reynolds, I mean... Same situation, what we saw with Miller and... Who was it? I forgot who. Maybe Frimpong? I forgot, but... Dubern was looking to out-track the corner, and Tommy didn't let him enough room. And they made contact right about there. And once you make contact with these race cars, they're so sensitive, especially loaded into the corner. And coming off the corner as well, as you're unloading, you're trying to straighten out the car, and one small jerk of the wheel can cause the car to upset. And right there went the 7. Once that contact got made, 7 got sent right into the barrier, and you see here Parker just nowhere to go, ends up T-boning the 7. So Reynolds is gonna go laps down, unfortunately. Tommy, fairly upset over the radio, has a right to be. And now Tommy has a shot of, not Tommy, but Dubern has a shot of maybe taking this race win. Got 50 laps to go this time. This race is going to be interesting. With a lot of cars out of the race now. And a lot of other drivers, you know, trying to survive. Just to save their playoff run. Miller got really sideways. My goodness gracious. He really drove it to the bottom side of the racetrack. But, oh my goodness, he slammed the wall trying to get a good corner into turn 1. My goodness, Miller's not really paying attention to the wall, but he luckily has, you know, a clear off of those 2 hounds right behind him. Hobbs had a fling it into the corner. Dubern is not letting go of Hobbs, and that's not making things pretty as Dubern finally finds the outside barrier, and I think Hobbs is going to take that spot. Now it's going to be Johnson going to be peeking low at the 105. Johnson sends it to the corner. He tags the apron just a bit, but enough to stay in touch as Hobbs is going to clear that. Oh! Dubern gets put in the outside wall as Hobbs cleared him off the corner. Dubern's going to send on the 89, but Johnson sent it even more. Now Hobbs to the backside of Miller. Oh god, you got to redo what you did that last run. Now Miller shortcuts through the apron, but Hobbs wants to carry momentum through. Hobbs has been amazing through this first couple of corners, but that time he might have slipped up just a bit. Wow, he slipped up big time! Actually, all 3 of them did! Now to the low side goes the 2. I think Mitch is going to have a good enough run to, you know, keep off of Johnson, but oh my gosh. Yeah, all those drivers smacked the wall at the same time. They all got tight and found the outside barrier. My goodness gracious. Hobbs, you know, you gotta pay attention to the car in front of you. And the walls as well. Don't want to hit the wall. It's the last thing you want to do. Patterson with the disconnection, finally. So that'll mean that's another spot Frimpong and Harry could gain off, as well as Sertage. And come up a lap car, the 70 of Grindle. But even though Hobbs smashed the barrier, he's still staying close. This has been an intense race, I'm not gonna lie. Even though there's 6 cars on the lead lap, it has been screwy. Just because, you know, the storylines coming in here for tonight. No, the storylines that have been... Oh my goodness, the 70 got in the 89's way. He's gonna lose a bunch of time as Johnson found the outside wall. How about the 90 of Malachi trick? He's coming out of nowhere. He has a bunch of damage after that big wreck down the backstretch. Now he's in 4th. So a nice recovery by this 90. That's bad news for Harry, by the way. But the storylines that have precipitated. Not precipitated. I'm thinking of water cycle terms. What's that C word? Condensation. All the things that have condensed have been created here out on the racetrack have been absolutely insane. Got all sorts of headlines and all sorts of wrecks. Got Miller, who's wrecked out 3 cars. Now he's the leader. Got Hobbs looking for his first NASCAR win, but he's getting hounded by the 2 Johnson, who's trying to go 2 in a row. Got the 90 of Malachi Drake, who's, you know, he's trying to. He's had an amazing recovery of where he started. He's been as low as 16th, and has now pulled himself into 4th, and he's working on the 2 of Austin Johnson. So they're looking real pretty, but now Miller has set a nice tone ever since the 89 found the outside wall. Now the 2 to the low side. I think the 2 is the fastest car right now. And no surprise to see Johnson work himself around the 89. With no other competition other than Parker White in the 95. Or what was Parker White, who's now sitting in 6th. Somehow didn't go laps down. Still staying, you know, nice for the time being. But I'm pretty sure the 2 of Johnson is definitely going to catch this 19 of Miller. So Johnson, as I said, trying to go 2 in a row after winning at Texas last week. Miller catches the 49 of Sertage at a bad angle. And now the 2 of Johnson scoots himself to the backside of the 19. The gap now closes to 1.5 seconds. It doesn't help that, you know, Mitch is not running a nice lane through the dogleg. He's not wanting to use that apron, and since the colder track temp, it doesn't hurt to use that apron now. Johnson, oh, he's coming. He's flying. That 2 is hauling. The gap is now down to I don't know how much, but look at all this lap traffic ahead of these leaders. Got 3 wide around where Frimpong, Basin, and Parker is. They work around Patterson, and Miller's going to be jammed up big time. Parker has to move out of the way. Parker gets bumped. He's sideways. Look at all this lap traffic. As the caution comes out in the middle of all of this mess. What in the world just happened? Looks like we got a lone wreck with the 49. But if that thing would have went green, I think we would have seen a caution regardless if the 49, you know, had some sort of... If the 49 didn't spin, but looks like... Oh, Dubern got into the backside of the 49 of Sertage, and Sertage ended up crashing into the barriers on the inside wall. Bang, right there. That's a hard hit, but not really sure. Maybe same situation, but Sertage just laps down. I'm not sure if he, you know... he moved right in front of the 105. Not really sure why Sertage didn't yield for the lead lap car. But that brings him down on the pit road, so another reset button to see where everybody's going to come out. It's a 2. He's just flung by. That's a definite speeding penalty. As the 95 just fluked his pit stop. Definite speeding penalty by the 2, but it won't hurt him too much because he's going to be starting 5th. So, here we go. Big moment here for pit stops. You just do whatever the heck you can. Repair as much damage. Get yourself out on the racetrack. So for the 89, it's huge for him. Now, Mitch is, of course, trying to repair as much damage as he can after snagging the outside wall. Miller's out. He had a bunch of damage as well. Looks like a 37-second pit stop. Hobbs is still on pit road, trying to repair as much as he can. Parker White, looks like he's 1 lap down now. So we're now left with just 5 cars on the lead lap. Patterson, he's in 6th, but 17 laps down. He's fighting with Tommy Reynolds, and Tommy looks like he disconnected, so... Frimpong, he's 20 laps down, but he's running in 9th. So... Got Sertosh, who's 22 laps down, and Harry, who's 27. Got Basin, who's now 72 laps down. Lyons has been gone. Everybody from, like, I'd say 13 on back have all been gone, except for DeAngelis. So, it's been an awkward race in terms of standing-wise, but... Now left with, 30 laps to go. We have a clear shot on who our contenders are for this win. So Malachi is gonna gamble to stay out on 16 lap older tires. That is a gutsy call. And the 2 of Austin Johnson might have trolled the 19 of Miller. Not really sure. Oh, no, he's in the back now. Okay. I guess we could add on a guest commentator for the time being, just for, you know, Dewey's sake, because Dewey's not here. What's up, Darius Rezadadgar?
Hi, I'm watching a race right now, and Dylan Basin looks like he is in, like, the 3rd position despite being 73 laps down. That is interesting.
Yeah, I mean, we have a really odd order right now. Off of this exchange, so I'm not really sure what's going on. But regardless, we're coming to the green flag this time by. So green with Malachi as the leader. He gets a good jump with the 19 of Miller. We'll see if this pulls the inside line forward. Looks like Miller's going to cross over to the inside, trying to shorten up and cut that ground down, back up as Malachi. He stayed on older tires, and no surprise to see the 90 overshoot the corner. Miller to the front by a big margin. 90 looking for some type of run as Basin into the 08 is hounding the 90. For no reason. Oh, contact right behind. But Frimpong made contact there with the 89 of Hobbs, and Hobbs is not pleased. They're making more contact than 3 and 4.
Yeah, I mean, it wasn't even fair for Malachi Drake. 60 lap old tires. Miller obviously got the jump after the dogleg entering the corner.
Yeah, Miller, he crossed over to the inside, and he shortcut it big time as Basin to the 08 still has that wreck fresh in his mind. He's looking, you know, on pace with Miller, so even though Basin's missing a front end, Miller is sort of watching his mirror and just going like, uh-oh, who's this? And now it's sort of a awkward threat, you know, you're not for the lead. Do you want to let Basin by?
Well, I mean, from what I heard on the broadcast, this is like the 4th or 5th time Miller has got into it with someone this broadcast, so he's not making friends out there. He's making a lot of enemies, and that 08, I mean, if he doesn't have that wreck on his mind between himself and Miller, I would be surprised.
Yeah, I'd be surprised too, but if it's still fresh on his mind and Miller is sort of trying to make decisions right now, do you want to let Basin by, or do you want to try to, you know, keep that lap car in between yourself and 2nd place? Because Austin Johnson, he's cutting down time massively. That too he's hauling big time with those fresh tires as well. So Johnson, he has a shot of going 2 in a row here after winning at Texas last week, but the 08 might be a help here. He might I mean, I think Austin's sort of rooting for Basin right now, try to rile him up and sort of make something happen off of nothing.
And yeah, the easiest way to get around the 08 and the 19 is if they just wreck each other. So obviously that 2 car is rooting for them to get into it, so the 2 car can get an easy win here.
Yeah, that's right, and he's one of the cleaner cars out here in the racetrack, but it looks like Bason's gonna let the 2 by, so no contest between the 08 and 2. It looks like the 08 just put as much pressure on the 19 as he can, but now with Bason, for sure he couldn't catch Miller. He let the 2 by just to let these two battle out for the lead, and you see right now, Tua Johnson, he made up a lot of ground that time. And now Miller looking into the mirror, seeing that's a car for position, has a threat for the win on the line.
Austin Johnson made up a 1/10 of a second that last lap, and he is charging with Nick Miller's bumper right now. I mean, he wants this win as bad as anyone else.
Yeah, Austin has nothing to lose. He's a non-playoff driver coming in here for tonight, trying to go 2 in a row after winning at Texas, but that 19 and Miller, he's looking for a playoff rebound after missing Texas. Had to use up a provisional last week, so the 19, he's trying to maximize on points, especially with Bason and Parker having all their issues. This is a huge opportunity for the 19 to gain as many points, but now the 2 is hounding, and here we go for the lead.
Austin Johnson, diamond corner here, he's gonna block! Miller's gonna block, Austin's gonna let off the corner, and Miller's still gonna have the lead here.
I cannot believe that block by Miller. That was a huge block.
That was a super speedway type block. That was Dale Jr. blocking at Talladega right there.
I don't think the 2 is going to be pleased about that either. I mean, Bason scooted himself right to the backside of that 2, but I don't think Austin's very pleased about that block. But the 19, he sort of has to do it as a playoff contender. You're eyeing those points on the line. Every point matters, and for a 19 to come out with a W here tonight, this is going to be huge, but the 2, he has nothing to lose. So all of these people, they're putting it 100% on the line here for this win.
Oh yeah, that 2 car of Austin Johnson is going to be another enemy that Nick Miller makes for this race. But again, that 2 car has nothing to lose here. And Nick Miller, with the points he has and the chase and the implications, he has everything to lose.
Yeah, that's right. So with Miller, do you want to settle for a second? Just scoot yourself back in line, but if you do settle for a second, you have Bason on your rear end. So, I don't know, it's sort of a hard case for Miller to sort of multitask on what kind of situation you're dealing with.
Absolutely, and I think Miller's left with a situation where you have to stay in front of this 2 and 08, or else it's lose-lose across the board.
Yeah, that's right. Miller has a chance to gain 47 points, but he's unfortunately made a lot of enemies in the process. And now the 2 to the backside of the 19. What can he do off these last 20 laps? Miller versus Austin. I'm not really sure how this is gonna go anymore. This is insane, and with the amount of contact that Miller has made with other people, this is gonna end in heartbreak.
How about Austin Johnson just sending it in that corner, almost making contact with the 19, giving that 19 a message, I'm here.
He's knocking on the door big time. These lap cars gonna play a huge factor into this. Johnson's there, but here comes Patterson. He's the first car to be encountered up on, and he got the 49. Mr. Taj also ahead of this now. Where will the exit off the corner? Looks like Miller is gonna get caught. I mean, Miller's gonna catch the 49 at a bad angle.
And the 2 cars gonna diamond the corner as well.
Oh my gosh, Sir Taj had a check up. Oh my gosh, Austin overshot the corner, huge. Sir Taj was a bad lap car there, and Miller had to check up big time. And now, oh my goodness, looks like it didn't affect the lead as much because Miller kept it though.
You cannot make this up. Sartaj Maan, obviously not intending to get in the way, but in part he both screws over the 19 and the 2, trying to race each other for the win by being a hindrance for both of them at the same time. Obviously no intent there.
Yeah, so now Austin has to reset himself. You don't want to overburn your tires now. You got 15 laps left. You know, you've been in the pace with the 19. And you know how many mistakes the 19's made already. No, that's a big mistake right there as Johnson overshoots the corner, but he's looking to maybe get a run on the outside and run for the lead, but now,
oh, it's a big diamond by the 2. He might have him here. Gonna send it in the corner, and Miller's gonna just barely have the advantage.
Yeah, Miller, he sent it into the corner as well. He saw that drive in by the 2, and he decided to go on the throttle a bit further in just to maintain that spot, but Bason in and out. He's down to the backside. He looks like he took on tires as well. So Bason's gonna be a huge hindrance to Miller as well as the two of Johnson. So this is gonna be pretty interesting to see on what kind of role Bason's gonna play with his fresh tires. Now he's gonna be faster than these leaders.
Oh yeah, absolutely. As you can see, the two-car just trying everything he can to get around at 19 while also saving his tires as much as he can. But I think it's going to come down to the final laps. I think it's going to come down to the wires. The 19 is also going to diamond the corner here, try and block off that run that two-car keeps getting off the corner.
Oh, Austin looks low. Both of them got real bad loose off the corner as Bason now to the outside of the two, but it doesn't matter. The 08 has fresher tires. Now he's to the backside of Miller. Oh boy, what kind of tension are we going to see here? Bason's the outside of Miller. And Miller's gonna.
They hit a cone.
They murdered a cone in the process as Bason is playing menace with a 19 of Miller.
You know, I think Dylan Bason is going to kind of be like a reverse pick for Nick Miller in a way, kind of hinder that number 19's chances of winning this race by pinching him and blocking off that line so that Austin Johnson can make a move, kind of like, almost like Chase Elliott in Bristol with Kevin Harvick and Kyle Larson.
Yeah, that's right. You see the 95 of Parker White. Also, oh, he has some sort of problem as he really sends it in the corner, gets in the outside wall. I'm not really sure what happened there, but Parker, he moves himself out of harm's way. But Bason, now he's in front of this of these top two, and Bason, he's not forcing himself to pull away. He wants to play as much of a hindrance as a contact right behind with the Malachi and Parker. Not really sure what's happening there, but for this lead, it's heating up. We're coming to 10 laps to go, and Bason is not playing favorites to this 19.
Well, absolutely not. As you can see, the two-car is going to try and diamond the corner again. That 19 does not try and block that run, so we'll see if the two-car gets a run off the corner here. He might have something.
Oh, looks like it just didn't work. It looks like that run didn't work, but he did make up the deficit, just couldn't nose to the inside in time. Now Miller back up. I mean, he's been up front, but how long can he stay there for? 9 laps to go this time by.
And a two-car once again trying to diamond the corner, but he's gonna need some sort of miracle diamond in order to get to the bumper of the 19 in turn 3 and 4 here. And he's gonna try the outside, maybe try an over/under, but it's might not work here.
Yeah,
and the 044 is out of fuel. He's gonna be on the apron here.
Oh, he might not be able to make it all the way around. It's going to be close as Bason, yet again, he's just playing a hindrance factor, this 19. Miller now under fire by the two of Austin. He tried to look to the low side, not going to get the run, though.
Greg DeAngelis is shaking that car, trying to get as much fuel as he can. Trying to head to pit road.
Oh, my goodness gracious. 7 laps to go. 7. And it's been all over the place with these top two plus Bason. And now Bason, he holds off Miller in the 19, but that too, oh my goodness, you see the lap car of Frank DeAngelis. I don't think he's going to make it all the way around as he's a huge block for the 19 of Miller. Oh, this is Austin's chance, but looks like he can't make something happen. Looking for a crossover, can't make it. I cannot believe it. Miller's been holding off this too, but now
down to the dog leg.
Yeah, he's looking under, and Bason's gonna play a huge pick now. Oh my gosh, Miller cleared the two enough to keep the lead. We're coming to 5 laps to go. Oh gosh, this is looking chaotic. This has disaster written all over it.
Johnson gonna try diamonding the corner again.
And Miller can't out-track the corner as much as he can because Bason is there. You know how much Bason is really wanting to mess up Miller. Coming to 4 laps to go this time by Austin. To the backside of Miller. Austin, he's been getting runs, but I think that 2 is just too damaged. He can't really corner off as best as he can. I just see the 8. Oh my goodness. Miller, the 08 of Bason, he's mirror driving. He's trying to keep that 19 right behind him, and it doesn't help that the 08 has fresher tires as well. So if Miller does somehow pass this 08, Mason can.
All right, man.
Oh my God! The caution comes out.
They're wrecking right in front of the leaders.
Caution comes out. Are you kidding me? Are you kidding me? The caution comes out with 4 laps to go. Looks like it involved the 53 and the 49. And Frimpone's looking for Sertage. Oh my gosh, we got people holding guns at each other's throats. Oh, and Harrington goes around. What in the world just happened there? But oh my gosh, this is crazy. What is going on now? But get a replay.
Miller on pit road. Austin Johnson on pit road.
It looks like, oh my goodness, not really sure what happened there. Is Sertage and Frimpong both laps down, but all these lead lap cars are on pit road, so Nicholas Duburn decides to stay out. Again, another car with nothing to lose, but everybody else hits pit road, so Duburn trying to play to maybe one of the biggest upsets in ACOG history. He's going to try to stay out, so everybody else on pit road, I'm pretty sure it's going to be a 4-tire call.
Is that Parker White going backwards exiting pit road? Oh my goodness.
Everybody in and out, so Miller hit a 14.8, Austin hit a 14.2, Malachi hit a 13.2. He got a whole second faster, but it looks like Malachi, unfortunately, is going to come out 3rd off of pit road, so no fruition for that 90. But now, looks like the 89 of Hobbs, he's going to take a bit of damage repair as well. And we're left with 5 cars, just 5 cars on the lead lap. As, looks like Duburn, in this 105, trying to create the biggest upset in ACOG history. The last big upset that happened in ACOG that I can remember off the top of my head. Garrett Hess at Talladega. And Glenn Bundren in the Truck Series at Auto Club.
Tell you what, that 105 of Nicholas Duburn needs a monster restart, or else whoever's behind that 105 is not going to get the best of it.
Yeah, that's right. So Johnson's going to be starting on the inside, right behind Duburn. And the thing about Phoenix is the pit road, it starts all the way off of Old Turn 4. And it's a long ways all the way to the start-finish line. So Duburn, as soon as the pace car pulls off, he could match the throttle and just pull himself forward. So not only that, from the start of when the pace car turns off all the way to the start-finish line, nobody could pass Duburn. So Duburn could jump the restart as soon as pace car comes in and pull himself, I'd say, 3 or 4 car lengths. But if I was Duburn, I'd start in the corner just to know, just because it's better to get a launch off at slower speeds coming into 3 and 4 rather than at full sail. So it's really hard to judge on what the 105 is going to do.
Oh, absolutely. The thing about Phoenix is, usually at most racetracks, you have half a straightaway, half a tri-oval to time your restarts perfectly, and it's up to second place to time it as well. Here you have half a racetrack to time your restart perfectly, so it's definitely going to play a factor into who wins this race.
Yeah. Alright. Here we go. Now Duburn is going to hold back the restart. It looks like he wants to go in the corner. So he holds it back for the time being. Now hold your breath. If Duburn gets a good enough restart, Johnson's going to find himself under him. Miller's trying to pinch it out as much as he can.
Green, green, green.
Green, green, green. Looks like Miller didn't get as good of a restart, but he goes all the way to the bottom side of the racetrack, trying to shortcut it. And they're side by side for the lead in the 1. Miller gets the jump. Austin looks like he didn't get a good 3 and 4. Duburn falls to 5th as they're 3 wide right behind.
Tight squeeze for that 3rd position.
And the battle for the lead now between Miller and Johnson, coming to the white flag this time by Miller, trying to pull off a major upset to pull himself back in the playoff as Johnson Using that outside line to his advantage. Looks like it's just too little too late. Has one last shot to send it in 3 and 4. The gap closes as they wreck right behind. They save it. Here comes Johnson. Here comes 10. And he passes Miller. Miller with the crossover side by side.
Side by side. Miller's
And
gonna
Miller
run
wins
across the
it.
line.
Are you kidding me?
Oh my goodness, you can't even script that.
Miller with a huge crossover on Johnson on that final lap. Picks up the victory. Are you kidding me? And he
That
blinked
was
across the line
intense.
as well. Oh my gosh. Get a replay of that final lap. Oh my gosh. Are you kidding me?
Mitch Hobbs technically finished second across the line because of a spinning Austin Johnson. Mitch Hobbs, according to the iRacing replay, is being declared the winner.
Yeah, and why is that?
Was it because Nick Miller blinked across the line?
No, is that the case?
That might actually be the case, as Mitch Hobbs is doing burnouts near the start-finish line.
What has
It says
happened?
Nick Miller has black flags cleared, but according to the replay,
Yeah, it says Mitch Hobbs is your winner, but Nick crossed the start finish line first. I'm not sure what kind of black flag Miller got, but I'm pretty sure that's an easy appeal for Miller, because he obviously
for
crossed
sure.
the start finish line first, but I'm not sure why Hobbs is being scored as the winner, but Miller got some type of black flag. So we're trying to get like a sum up of like what kind of black flag Miller got as, you know, Hobbs crossed the start finish line in second spot. My goodness gracious. So we'll be right back right after these commercials. We'll stick around. There's more to come. Of course, we got to interview out the winners here for tonight, but be right back right after this.
We've been waiting for this moment. Generations of innovation all coming together in one place. A pedigree of more than 70 years of NASCAR Cup Series history, from the past to the present, from Petty to Earnhardt to Elliott. Today, there's no more waiting. The future of NASCAR is now. Drive the next gen cars today on iRacing and step into the next generation of racing.
And we are back here live at Phoenix Raceway with an amazing final green-white checkered after a last lap pass with Miller and Johnson. Created a mess coming to the line, and resulting himself as the winner is going to be Nick Miller in the number 19, who doesn't say he's crowned as a winner. It's a bit of looks like a scoring glitch. I'm not really sure what kind of weird stuff is going on there. We'll have to go ahead and get some type of black flag or some type of queue in or something like that. But regardless, Nick Miller gonna go into victory lane here tonight, and we'll go ahead and drag him in to the booth and see what he has to say after that chaotic green-white checkered to end it off things here at Phoenix. Miller, of course, you trying to fight yourself back into the playoff picture here tonight, and indeed you did. So, Miller, you got black flagged across the line. It says you're scored 6th, but fifth, but obviously easy appeal with that since you crossed start finish line first. Very curious what that black flag was.
Yeah, someone didn't cross the line to finish the race. So as I was went backwards to go to the victory lane or start finish line, whatever it is here, it black flagged me for that. But yeah, that's about it. Since the race didn't technically finish because not everyone crossed, it gave me a black flag.
Oh, okay. Okay, I see what happened. All right, so that results for you getting that weird black flag. But regardless, that final green-white checkered, of course, Basin, fresh with that incident on in mind. Of course, you trying to fight it out with Johnson there toward the end. Just walk me through those final few laps and such.
Yeah, I know, but before the caution, I was kind of just keeping the somewhat of a gap, even though I had tons of damage to take a good distance. And then anytime Austin really had to run off a 1, because I know he was running the top really well, we'd really just park center in 3 and then downshift because of the setup being so tight. You could downshift here. We were downshifting and kind of pulled the gap back to what it was the previous lap. Then the caution came out in front of us, quite wild, and then we got really tight on the white, and Austin had a huge run there, sent it deep down the inside, and we tried crossing him. We kept our foot in it, as Dale says, and got a little Louis, and overcorrected, hit Austin, but it's okay because we finished in the lead.
Yeah, but you crossed the start finish line in first spot to grab your first win, or second win, or some type of win here at Phoenix. Regardless, though, man, of course you didn't make Texas last week, but this is going to bring you back into the playoff picture after, Parker White, Dylan Basin, both with big incidents here tonight. So what are you going to look for coming to Vegas next week?
I don't know. Probably Wreckfest, as always, but I like Vegas. Usually the track I dominated at the most, so we'll see what we do.
All right, about 10-4. Nick Miller rounds himself to top the board. We'll go ahead and... actually, before you let go, any sponsors want to thank here for tonight?
The team, working hard. Finished the Pro Series strong. Or Contender Series, my bad. Shout out Landon Mills. Great paint scheme he got for the car. And then, yeah, that's about it.
All right, about 10-4. Nick Miller rounds himself out in victory lane here for the first time this season. Go ahead and secure up next series.
Yep, see ya.
So that's what happened.
I see.
Yeah, that's a black flag that usually doesn't happen often. It does sometimes. That's why everybody has to, that's why a lot of people usually take another swing around the racetrack before doing any type of shenanigans. So, Miller,
I've never heard of that glitch, but I haven't been on this service for too long, so it is what it is.
All right, and we'll go ahead and drag in the 89 of Mitch Hobbs into the booth, who rounds himself out in second place. Hobbs, you got a copy?
Yep.
Hobbs, man, after that hectic green-white checker, you sort of passed Austin Johnson there at the final 200 feet. Scored yourself second place, but man, you looked fast there on the racetrack, but of course that contact into the turn number 1 with Miller sent you into the outside wall, but you stayed in touch and finished out second here tonight.
Yeah, I didn't deserve second, not even on speed. I was surprised I had enough pace to hang with Parker for 30 laps, but I mean, that race was terrible. I mean, it was bad enough you brought Dario into the booth, so that's got to say something.
Oh my god, that's terrible.
I'm crying inside.
Yeah, I got dumped by Nick. I mean, Nick accomplished his goal. I mean, he really came to race today just to wreck as many people as he could, and he did a good job at that. So, well played, Nick. But yeah, I ended up getting engine damage because I got brake checked by Storm under caution, and then I plowed the wall a bunch of times. And yeah, that was really pathetic. I'm not gonna lie. Not only that, but half your chase field doesn't show up in one race, and in the next race, half your chase field gets wrecked within the first 20 laps. So yeah, this is going really well. I do want to give a big shout out to Malachi. I mean, he's going to win the participation championship. Yeah.
All right, about 10 for Mitch Hobbs in the 89. Rounds himself out here. Second, after a hectic Phoenix. Before we let you go, any special want to take care for tonight?
Yeah, just want to, thank the league owner for, just running an absolutely fabulous league. I mean, I come back racing every single time, and I'm thoroughly entertained, and I feel very, very satisfied at the end of the day. So, yeah, just want to thank you for that. I think you can tell that was all sarcasm. This is absolutely terrible.
All right, about 10 for as Mitch Hobbs runs himself out second. Obviously, very, very unhappy on that side of the spectrum. Stuff happens. That's unfortunate. Go ahead, dragging Austin Johnson in the number 2 into the booth. I have no idea. It looks like Austin's not even here. So I think that'll be it here for tonight.
All right. Well, we thank you for tuning in to Max Speed TV here tonight. Thank you for tuning in, and please subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Please like the video as well, and we'll catch you, or maybe I won't catch you, but I'm sure Zeke and maybe Dewey will catch you tomorrow for the Super Speedway Series. I believe the trucks are heading to Talladega. That should be an entertaining one for sure.
Yeah, of course, Super Speedway Racing trucks should be a fun one. I mean, you know how hectic these ACOG races. We had one here tonight, of course. Mitch Hobbs obviously unhappy about tonight, but he'll get over it like he does with everything. So it should be all right coming for tomorrow. Get a big reset and see what happens for that Talladega Super Speedway race. So until next time, thank you all for watching. My name is EZECKIEL. Of course, there is his dad got right alongside of me. We'll go ahead and see you tomorrow night.